Redington has been a core part of Canalys basically for many years, and I think this gives us an opportunity to actually interact very closely with the partners. Not only primarily for sessions, I think Canalys brings a whole lot of opportunity for networking, and I think we get a lot of stories, a lot of opportunities, a lot of challenges which the partners are facing, which we need to work on together. So I think it's a journey which will continue. See, we had a lot of good speakers since morning actually, and I think one of the things which this forum brings in, the focus on AI, the focus on cloud, the focus on cybersecurity, how basically people need to work and collaborate together. I think that's a very, very important message. How the technology is going to grow moving forward, what are the kind of skill sets and capabilities people need to build in their organizations if they have to grow, moving from transactional focus to more transformative kind of focus, and what are the skill sets we all need to get together to actually develop. So first of all, let me just start by saying that we are in a very once in a lifetime, once in a generation inflection point for India. The way technology is growing today, it's really amazing. The pace of technology is so fast that it's very, very difficult to catch up. And over a period of time, there's a friction which gets built up between technology innovation, and the rate of adoption of technology. And I think all of us really need to get together to actually bring this technology friction down. From a Redington perspective, there are 2-3 things basically which we look at. First and foremost, I think while meeting all these partners here, there's a strong realization that partners are moving from transaction focus to a more transformation focus. Instead of selling boxes, they are basically looking at how they can solve customer problems, how they can actually become more outcome focused, and I think that's a very strong point that's coming out. The second strong point, which is very, very amazing and very interesting, is that even in smaller geographies, you take Ranchi or Nagpur or Jaipur or any SMB there today has the same technology access of what a Fortune 500 company would basically have, right? So they have enterprise grade capabilities basically right on their fingertips. And that's something which is really amazing, which was not the case a few years back. Third thing which we also see today is that new form of partners or new archetypes of channel partners are emerging, which we did not see a couple of years back. I mean, there are AI specialists, there are FinOps firms, there are cybersecurity capability organizations, there are cloud service organizations. So all these kind of, these are very, very new, and it's getting proliferated, and people are building expertise in certain levels, which is actually really important from a growth perspective of the country. So I think we've gone through a lot of sessions this morning, and every speaker has reinforced the need to collaborate, right? So I think clarity, collaboration in terms of innovation, collaboration in terms of jointly working and developing business together seems to be a very, very critical thing, from everyone's perspective. As a marketer, I would basically say that before we actually start talking about collaboration, I think we need to have a unified story. We need to have a unified narrative of what we are working towards. Why are we doing what we're doing? So I think that unified narrative, for example, Redington's narrative is unlocking the next, right? So unlocking possibilities, unlocking access to newer markets, unlocking growth for our partners. I think this is a very strong narrative which we all need to work towards, and I think we can collaborate towards it. Second thing I would say is really working towards core business development, not really looking at just leads coming out of marketing and so on, but how do we all get together to actually develop newer markets, to develop newer solutions, to look at newer verticals. I think that's a very important one, to really step back and just think through in terms of our planning, because we are with the kind of growth which India is having, there's so much of transactional focus that we lose focus on how do we build those capabilities in-house. right? Talking about capabilities, the third one is basically building those skill sets, building those capabilities. How do we actually build those capabilities in a direction which we want to take? I think these three things are going to be really a big focus area. So I think Redington, first of all, is really committed to the growth of this country, and the growth of this country will basically come in from how capable tier 2 and tier 3 cities are. There's a lot of focus which we have. There are a lot of initiatives, as you can see, the Mission 300, the mission to digitally transform 300 towns and cities of the country. A lot of forums which we've done, Redington forums, Redington Vertical Congress. We've created a lot of properties that can actually go ahead and that can become a part of the tier 2 and tier 3 growth. And let's acknowledge that, if any of the vendors are basically focused on tier 2 and tier 3 growth, this is what is going to basically bring in a strong increase in market share for them. Having said that, Redington has many properties which we are working on with the vendors. First of all, Redington Academy, our learning labs, our COEs, AI-enabled COEs, are something which brings in a whole new skill sets to the industry, which is the major bottleneck, which is going to be a major bottleneck moving forward with the pace of growth of technology basically which is coming in. Second thing is we are working very closely with our OEMs, and some of the OEM partners are doing a great job in terms of not just incentivizing scale, not just incentivizing how much business you can do in that particular quarter, but incentivizing capabilities, incentivizing how well you get certifications, how well you can build capabilities to grow your business, and I think that's a pretty good thing. The third is that we have today a very well-oiled engine for digital demand generation in Chennai, and we have a team of youngsters basically sitting there who we have trained in digital marketing capabilities, in insights, in analytics, in generating business basically, and activating our channel partners, and that's something which is bringing in a whole value for our channel partners. We also have SMB, a whole plan around SMB basically, but an SMB growth engine where we are working with SMBs in a lot of upcountry locations, training them on digital capabilities as well. So these are some of the things, but there are many, many more. So I think first of all, Redington is very committed to the growth of our channel partners, and it's very important for us to articulate that the first thing that comes to my mind is predictability. While I said, not focusing really on short term, but looking at least 12 to 18 months time period, that brings in a whole lot of confidence basically to the channel partner to invest in the right kind of talent, to invest in trainings, to invest in workshops. Otherwise, one becomes very short-term focused, and I think that long-term approach is extremely important for the growth of technology in this country. I think the second one is basically in terms of building skill sets, building certifications, incentivizing partners to really grow their certification levels in various new areas, like cybersecurity, like AI, like cloud migration, and so on and so forth. I think another important one is basically working together and develop experience zones. Experience zones as in COEs kind of things, where our customers can come in and experience futuristic solutions to their problems. I think these are three very important ones basically. I think one of the things, VAR India has been a great partner for us over many years, and I think VAR India team really understands the channel partner insights. I think we would look forward to collaborating together on many areas with VAR India. We all need to actually build businesses together, combining all our data insights, all our partner insights, market insights, and there's a lot which VAR India can basically, can communicate basically to Redington, to its vendors, because you really have the pulse to the channel, right? So You know exactly what the channel partners need. You know exactly what OEMs and orchestrators like Redington can basically offer. I think if we all work together and develop the business, develop the market rather than being short-term focused on getting leads and getting business for that quarter, I think it'll be a great thing. So Redington's marketing as a service, for example, is a great platform which combines the strengths of data insights, media insights, partner insights, and brings in a whole lot of value for the growth of our partners. I think becoming a part of that ecosystem to unlock next is something which I would really look forward to.